Guys, behind me, I have the 2022 Toyota Tundra Platinum in that beautiful blueprint color. Crew Max, 6.5 foot bed, iforce max motor. Let's get in this thing and freaking rip it. So we got the Crew Max 6.5 foot bed. This thing is 4-wheel drive, guys. This is the dream truck right here. Absolute dream truck. You guys know that I love the blueprint color. This one is 4-wheel drive. And the Platinum, unfortunately, you don't get the whole off-road goodie package, but you know, it is still a very probably capable 4-wheel drive system, I would assume, but you don't get the crawl control or the multi-terrain select in this one, but it's just so awesome. And then here, guys, too, since it's on, it's the sound of the normal exhaust. Pretty big tip, honestly, for it being a V6. So opening up the door, we are greeted with the automatic steps, the beautiful interior of this blueprint color. Oh, cooled seats already on. Perfect seating position. I know I'm talking all positive with it and we haven't even driven it yet, but let's get going. Well, guys, we are setting off in the truck and it is quiet. But the moment you put the foot down a little bit, oh geez, this is gonna get me in trouble. This is such a nice truck. So just driving it around, guys, we are about to hit the road. Now, I'm not gonna deny it. There is some pumped in noise. There's some pumped in noise, but if you are okay with that, then it doesn't matter. Because if you miss the V8, this thing feels already immediately. Jesus, this thing already feels a lot better than the V8 does, with a minimal lag. But there is some pumped in noise for sure, but I'm okay with that. So we got some pumped in noise. It's okay. We are going on the shorter route, so we are going to follow the red signs and we are gonna head out to the right. Very comfortable, and let's just go. And we got a red light, unfortunately, so that's kind of a letdown. But you know what that means. We'll let this truck go first and we will do 0 to 60. So stopping, shutting the truck off. And let him go. Holy crap. I didn't want to really like give it the beans, but it chirped in second gear. I don't know if you guys heard that. So cruising at 50, speed limit's 55. Very quiet in here. Hopefully I get to drive a Tundra or the hybrid back to the hotel, but very quiet in here. Love the whole dark interior of this truck. Looks awesome in here, guys. Look at this. Panoramic moonroof above you. Gotta love it, right? You guys can see that the HUD in this truck too, very awesome. Nice full 12-inch display. Got the crazy large 14-inch display right here. I haven't even been paying attention to my signs, but it says turn right and then left. I am completely off course, but we are okay with that. Man, very nice. And I can't really see down here, right, if we are like in EV mode or not. I haven't been able to really check. But yeah, you can definitely hear some of the pumped in just sound, but it really sounds like a TRD Pro exhaust, like on the current gen. But I like the way it sounds. It sounds freaking awesome. The transmission is these are prototypes and I'm not used to how this drives, so obviously I would get a little bit more used to it. But the transmission itself doesn't really sound, or doesn't really feel fluid, I guess. I don't know. It kind of has like a little bit of guessing to it, but I don't know if it's just because it's a pre-production truck or not, but let's put it into reverse. Get this nice reverse camera, top-down view. You got the little trailer hitch right there as well in the center. You can see that. Goes away. Yeah, so like I know I'm in full electric right now, but it doesn't say EV on this. Like my wife's RAV does. Let's man, you just hear those like turbos just spool up. Hear those turbos just spool up. Oh man, dude. A little too much pumped in noise, actually, in my opinion. I'm curious if you can turn that down, but it's foot down. Dang, dude. Like, I was expecting with 600 foot-pounds of torque to just be thrown back, but it's very, very refined in the way that it throws you back, I guess. So it may just be because the torque hits so early in the truck. I'm not sure, but it may just be because it hits so early for the truck that that you don't feel it right away. But it does throw you back. Nice heads-up display. Very comfortable the way this thing handles. I mean, just move the steering wheel like this a little bit too. Very responsive with the electronic steering. It gets up and goes, but to be honest, like it doesn't feel like a car. It still feels like a truck. It's very heavy. Like even with the electronic steering, it's still like a heavy steering wheel. It responds perfectly, but it is still like a very heavy steering wheel. Coming back in, a little bit of like a little dirt road here, kind of. Nothing crazy at all. But you can tell how quiet it is in here. No real rumbling at all. The only thing I hear is my camera bag over here. But, and the seatbelt's actually in the back, but yeah, seatbelt rattle. Oh man, when those turbos kick in. Man. So, very impressed, guys, with how this thing drove. You have to feel it. I cannot portray it through the camera well enough to you guys at all, as opposed to how this thing actually handles. Like, it handles incredibly. And it takes off really well. Handles good too. I mean, this is a long truck. This is a 4-door truck with a 6.5 foot bed, and man, it is so nice. So I'm getting out. Got the nice automatic steps. You shut it, go back up, and then it's off, right? The motor's off. So you just hear the fans going. When the truck drives, you kind of hear a little, like a little bit of angels, kind of. And then I'm curious if when you put it into reverse, actually, if it sounds like my wife's hybrid. Hold on, let's put her in the reverse. Yep. Kind of not as crazy as the RAV4. Not as crazy as the RAV4 with the angels kind of going. But, yep. This is the Platinum, guys. iForce Max. It's a ripper. Some, piped in noise, but I believe you could turn that down. I would want to know if you can turn it down. I'll probably ask them if you can. Didn't want to rip on it too much. It is a prototype and Toyota invited me out, so I don't want to take advantage of that, but we will have one in the garage soon. But as of right now, this Platinum and Blueprint has my heart, guys. I will link in the iCard up above my full overview of this truck that I did back in Frisco, but this thing has changed a little bit with that darker chrome grille right here. Man, such a nice looking truck. You guys can see Jack from Savage Geese right there, getting all their cinematic, beautiful B-roll. But yeah, interior of this truck, absolutely killer. It's freaking yelling at me because I don't have my seatbelt on. So unlike my wife's hybrid that, you know, kind of tells you, hey, the truck is in EV mode or not, this thing does a very good job of just being a truck to kind of get your mind to forget about that it's a, you know, a battery powered truck. It's a hybrid truck. So it does a really good job of just staying as a truck. It does have some pumped in noise that sounds honestly like the TRD exhaust on the current model TRD Pro. So like if you had the TRD exhaust on that 5.7 liter, the way it muffles in the piped in sound, it really sounds like that. So it sounds good. And if you miss the V8, this thing drives a lot better than the current V8, honestly. But at the same time too, they piped in that noise. So if like this, like that sounds as if it's a V8, and it feels like a V8. Yeah, no, thoroughly impressed. So guys, just that quick little drive with this truck. Like I said, I will be able to hopefully drive either this or the normal twin turbo on the way back home. But in this video, I just wanted to initial reactions of flooring it for the first time, seeing how this thing was, and it broke traction, and then it re-engaged traction and kind of like what shimmied out the rear end just a little bit more. But this thing has some serious power. I'm a little all over the place, I know, when I do these videos like this because I'm not a professional. That's not what this channel is about. I'm not a professional. But it is definitely impressive. I haven't been in a truck with a proper V8 in a while, aside from the 2021 that I drove over here. And even my older Silverado, like, it threw me back. But this really, like, it kind of throws you back a little bit, but it's so well planted, I think, that you don't feel it, just because it's hard to explain. You guys gotta freaking drive it. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. But guys, if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. Returning subscribers, as always, I appreciate your guys' support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, see you later.